Sin Pro knife sharpener. One of these jobbies. They're like 30 bucks on eBay or Amazon. And this is a badly chipped up cheap Chinese cleaver that I've had for a long time. You can probably appreciate how bad that edge is. I'm going to try to take this thing and see if I can sharpen it up. Right now I don't have two hands to do this, but you can see I've taken a Sharpie marker and I've marked this edge here. And you can see here that I have a heavy great stone. You can see how it's sort of rubbed off right there where that stuff is marked. Better? Yeah. Okay, so you can see how that rubbed off right where that's marked. That's going to give us our leading edge there. So we're going to see, we're going to try to take a little of this material off and try to develop a little better edge on this thing. So get to work. And basically, yes, seems like it's just about right. Seems like it's just taking the black off, but not a whole lot more. Hopefully it'll clean it up. All right, as you can see, there's still some nicks and stuff in there, so we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna mark this edge up with a Sharpie. Yeah, we're called idiot farmers. This is kind of the stuff why we're trying to film with one hand and sharpen a knife with the other. So anyway, that looks about right. So it could probably be dropped down a hair, but since we're going to do a couple passes on this, we'll just have to see how it works out. Well, you'll still see a few of the nicks in there. You can see the edge is a lot more finished looking. So overall, definitely tons sharper than it was. Tons. $36. Good enough for the cleaver.
CVS in the United States.
No.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Hard day here for the dogs.
Right. I gather the BBC plans to repeat it in 3 weeks' time.
It's tough. It's really hard to be a dog in this house.
As a matter of fact, I think
Just
it's best
saying.
that documentary were never seen again, anywhere, by anyone.
Don't get up.
Inside the cabin, obvious reason for that one, and there's various things that will kill
Some
these,
dogs
ECUs. Now currently, like I say,
were forced to be out from about 8 o'clock this morning until just now when I had my lunch.
then you have a couple of
And they
spare ones kicking around. So I've got two here, one for either side. Not sure if my current ones are actually
Someone to win that fight. However, Mike Possible believes he's not. He believes he's able to win the evidence, along with breaking down Mike Possible's body language to find out if he's cheating or if he's doing it. Now, Mike Possible's alleged cheating all seems to occur at this one little casino just outside of Sacramento in Northern California.
New addition to the farm. Pit boss. Something I thought I'd probably never do. Pellet smoker. So it works like a pellet stove. These little pellets go by an auger to about the center there, and there's like a fire combustion chamber. Chimney and stuff on there. I think they sell a kit where you can put a little deck and stuff that comes out here, which is going to be necessary. So far I did a brisket on this, which turned out pretty good. Any deficiencies in the brisket were due to my technique and not the pellet grill itself. Nice smoke ring and stuff. We'll post some photos of that. And then we did some deer ribs, which the cooking was good. The flavor was you know, the deer ribs I chose were from a pretty young deer, and there was actually no meat on them. So we tried them. We're gonna be getting a cover for it, and today I have in here some venison jerky. I went for an equilibrium cure, which means you use as much salt as you need. And I was shooting for, on the equilibrium cure, I was shooting for 2.5% salt. So that's 3 kilograms of venison right there, all cut up, and we're gonna smoke that at around 200, probably for 5 or 6 hours. It's a little bit thicker cut than you might normally see. Appreciate that or not. It's about a half inch. Some people do a 1/4 inch, but I like mine to have a little chew at the end. So it's gonna take a bit longer, but I think it's gonna be fine. This is of the marinade. 70% was soy sauce, 30% was Worcestershire sauce, and then there was about 4 ounces of Frank's Red Hot and granulated garlic, and that's all that's in this. Anyway, take a picture later. So it's hour or so in. You can see as we get towards this right side, definitely more done than the left side. So we're probably going to have to do some rotation, which is pretty easy because you can see I put little racks in there. So I'm going to just pick the whole rack up and move the stuff. Okay, so this is a whirly popcorn popper that Lee got me for Christmas. It's got this little doodad here, kind of like you put your popcorn in there, and stirs the popcorn and oil around, and look at how much this sucker makes. Holy cow. Definitely a family-sized popcorn maker. If you're wondering what a silky chicken looks like, whenever you've butchered it, that's what it looks like. The Instant Pot. Silky chicken's going in with some celery, carrots, onions, garlic, salt, black pepper, ginger. I think that's about it. So the broth of Vigor. Only thing I didn't put in here that I would normally put in here if I was just using it for like soup and stuff would be a few chilies. But I'm not doing that this time. It's going to be a more standard, slightly Asian influenced deal. So anyway, silky chickens, they're quite small. But that's what we had. So we're going to do, I think, probably 55 minutes in the Instant Pot. And hopefully that'll be, the chicken will be falling off the bone at that time. Probably make like chicken a la king with that, and then pressure can the broth. All right, so what we have here is a cup of diced carrots, a cup of diced celery, a cup of diced green onion, a little bit of olive oil, and 1 cup of rice, which is our base for our Greek chicken lemon soup. Now here it is simmering with 8 cups of homemade chicken broth and a little bit of salt and fresh ground pepper to taste. We're gonna simmer it for 20 minutes from here. So I messed up and didn't show you guys some stuff, but what we've done here is added 2 eggs to the juice of 4 lemons, and then tempered that, beat that together, then tempered that with about 2 cups of this broth, and then poured it in here and took it off. So this is the egg, lemon, and whatever else in there, and we're done. So that's it. Avolamono, Greek avolamono soup made with the chicken right off the farm here. Looks pretty hearty. Okay, show you what I've been up to today. Actually been putting these braces in here. I finished repairing the fence, and I'll show you some videos of that area where we put the new split rails in. You see it's a big split rail fence that was in bad need of repair, so we can move the horses over. And I dropped these two big posts in here so we can put a bigger gate down here where it's dry rather than way over there. Probably see that gate over there where it stays wet all the time because it doesn't have any sun. But this spot here is a lot drier. This wood here, because lumber's so hard to get right now, this is actually red oak that was cut off the farm about 20 years ago. And those boards have been sitting in there, and I picked the ones that were completely saturated with raccoon shit that were sitting on the top. And so the raccoon poop is on the back side. This side is the good side. And come spring, I'll probably put some sort of protectant over it because that red oak won't last forever, but it sort of acts as sort of a brace. Now this gate's not going to carry any weight because where I have it to close, there's a brick at the bottom to hold it shut. But anyway, some of the stuff I've been up to. I'll go take some pictures of the repaired fence now. So this is part of the section of the fence that we replaced. Actually, I've had the split rails and the posts here for some time. It's just now getting around to repairing it. You can see probably those middle three right here are all concreted in now, versus they were just sort of driven into the ground before. The only one that we have on an angle is probably that one you'll see right in the center right there. And there was a huge rock that we just could not get around. And so that ended up being a little cattywampus, but compared to what it did look like, it's a million times better. So I'll show you the other end of the repair now. So this section of the fence right here, as you can see, is all had to be replaced with some new posts and new cross ties. And the reason for that is this is one of our parking spots right here. And 2 years ago, somebody came in here and turned around, and when they turned around, they backed over our fence. And so there used to be a gate right here. You can see the little things for the gate. I took that gate out because, again, this whole area here with these trees and everything is extremely wet. And so everything just sort of rots out. So we put the gate down on the other end. I think it's going to work out better. Anyway, we're going to try to move the horses in here today. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to run some electric between the first and second from the bottom. First and second from the bottom post. What would they be? Rails. Second from the bottom rails. And hopefully we'll be able to keep those guys in there a little better. The donkey, who's very naughty, likes to push on that thing. They're back in their original pen, and they are quite excited about it. What do you say, Shy? That's Cheyenne. All right, people have been wondering how these piglets are doing. Our piglets come along. Those are big. It's not 48 inches, a 36-inch fence anyway, since the top's bent down, but those are big boogers right chair. And of course you can see what the smelt that snow's done to the pasture. It's just wonderful. There's actually horses in here until recently, and then we moved the horses on over there. Kept the pigs in here to turn this whole pasture over, get all the packing out of it, tear everything up for spring so we can replant everything. Right, Piglet? I'll show you what we got going on over here. Goatling. That's actually Fawn the goatling. Hello, Fawn. And Mr. Jojo. Mr. Jojo, what's going on, buddy? Hey, goatling. Say hi, Mr. Jojo. He's been hee-hawing all morning at me. Of course, now he's chosen to be silent. He's not very happy with me. Neither is the goatling here because of this little strand of electric fence I put in, so they can't sneak out under the fence anymore. So he's a little annoyed with me. Anyway, Mr. Jojo says hi.
As always, thank you for watching The Idiot Farmers. Coming up soon, we're going to have some how-to videos with Phil, and we're going to be setting up our greenhouse for the spring. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share with all your friends. It's wonderful to see you guys here.